Disney Cruise, 9 things to do first. Hi everybody, welcome back. This is Anne with some more of your DisNEEDS, and today we're talking about 9 things you want to do first. So our first thing on this list you actually want to do before you get on the ship, and that's choose your port arrival time. When you do your online check-in after paid in full, you can select your port arrival time. I always make sure and select the very earliest port arrival time because I want to have as much time on the ship as possible. If you're new to Disney Cruise Line, that will typically be 75 days before you sail. Number 2, guest services as soon as you get on board. With your earliest port arrival time, you're going to check in, get on the ship. As soon as you get on the ship, if you have anything that you have not scheduled yet, go straight to guest services and they can assist you. These would be things like dining changes if you want early or late dining, if you'd like to request your own table, princess meet and greet tickets if you didn't get those when you checked in online, go straight to guest services, and just anything that you did not get that you wanted to schedule, ask them if you can still get it. Typically they'll have the tastings in one location, dining in another location, and guest services can help you with all of that. Number 3, lunch. So once you're on the ship and you've got everything scheduled, it's time for lunch. They have lunch at the buffet, and that's typically where they'll send you is up to Cabanas for the lunch buffet. Some people really do seem to prefer Cabanas for the first lunch on board the ship. Most of all, I've heard the favorites are crab legs, just a lot of seafood, as well as lamb. For us, Cabanas is just a little too busy. It seems like everybody's up there, there's a lot of energy. They also have it in one of the main dining restaurants. I prefer to just go in, sit down, have table service at a nice relaxed pace. So obviously do what's best for you and your family. There is a very limited selection at the sit-down table service, and there's obviously a lot more selection at Cabanas. So once you've boarded and you're ready for lunch, just ask one of the crew members and they can tell you which restaurant is open for a sit-down service. Number 4, pool activities. If you get on the ship and you've already had lunch, I would go straight to the pool deck. Whether you're with children or adults, the first day is probably the least busy time at the pool deck. So if you wear your swimsuits under your clothing, you can enjoy all of that stuff until your room's ready. Most of the ships do have a water slide on board. As a matter of fact, the Wonder is the only one that doesn't. It does have a water slide, but it's a little more for kids, where the Magic has the Aqua Dunk. Basically, you get in the tube, the bottom drops out, and down you go. I would not do that one, but I have seen videos of kids doing it, so, you decide. We really love the Aqua Duck, which is on the Dream and the Fantasy. They describe it as a water coaster at sea. It's got a little boat that can hold 2 people, and it actually goes out over the side of the ship, over the water, and it's pretty cool. At night, it's got a lot of lights, so that can be fun. And the Wish is going to have Disney's very first attraction at sea, so I'm really looking forward to seeing those videos. And for us, the Aquaduck is definitely our favorite so far. Number 5, the rooms will be ready at 1:30. Once those are ready, we get on the ship, go do our requests, have lunch, and then we go to the rooms, because usually it's about 1:30 by then. The first thing we like to do is go in there and unpack. Your suitcases are not always going to be at the room by 1:30. I think they typically show up by about 4, but it doesn't hurt to go check. You can put your carry-ons in the room at least, and as soon as your luggage does arrive, we unpack right away. We use packing cubes and vacuum seal bags to pack our clothes in. Packing cubes are really handy. You can pack everything at the house and then you just take the cube out and sit it in the drawer. To me, that's also more sanitary. I know they clean everything really well. They clean that ship really well. Nonetheless, I like my clothes to not touch places where a stranger's clothes touched recently, so I like to have packing cubes. That way there's none of that. Packing cubes just make it a lot easier for us, and that's what we like to do. I also bring a small foldable hamper. We'll put that in the closet and just toss any dirty clothes into there. Keeps things really organized, which makes your trip a lot more enjoyable. Number 6, kids clubs. This is also something you're going to want to make sure you do on the first day. They will have an open house time where parents can go into the kids club with their children, and you can explore all of that. Adult kids can also enjoy the kids club. They have open house times throughout the cruise. Typically, they will have some open house hours on sea days, and that's a great time for the adult kids to get to go play. They have a lot of really fun looking activities in the kids club. We haven't tried it yet, but we will be doing it very soon. If you have tried, what's your favorite? Let us know in the comments below. A good thing to know is if you want them to, they will serve lunch or dinner to your children so you can have just a date night or date lunch. There are a few safety things that I wanted to mention because I thought this was really great. I've never traveled with a small child, so I haven't experienced any of these kids clubs. Options available, there's a nursery for ages 6 months to 3 years that does need reservations and is not included with the cost of the cruise. You do have to pay by the hour for the nursery. All the other kids clubs are included in the cost of the cruise. Oceaneer Club and Oceaneer Lab are for ages 3 to 12, Edge ages 11 to 14, and Vibe ages 14 to 17. They make the children's safety a priority, and some of the ways they do that are they do not allow adults in the club except during open house hours and when picking up their child. Each child is fitted with a magic band that is kept on them through the duration of the cruise, and the band is scanned and has a picture of the child and the adults that have permission to pick them up or drop them off. There's also a secret word set up, and each band is also equipped with GPS. They really make safety a priority. Number 7, spa service. Spa services on the first day is another one to look into. They're usually a bit cheaper on the first day, and sometimes they will have packages that you can buy for the cruise. One thing to know about the spa is that they will try to sell you their products. They are not actually Disney Cruise Line cast members, they're a third party, so just something to be aware of. They also have a rainforest room for the additional cost, and I believe you can get a little bit of a discount if you purchase those the first day. Definitely worth checking. I have heard that if you get a massage on the first day, it will be a reduced price than they are through the rest of the cruise. I have not tried that, but just a little tip. Number 8, Palo. On the first day, you can also get a second Palo dinner reservation. When you sign up ahead of time, you can only get Palo dinner and Palo brunch. Palo brunch is only on sea days. If you want 2 dinners at Palo, I have heard that you can go request a reservation for the first night on the ship in addition to your other dinner reservation. And just remember, they do have a dress code. Number 9, this is one of my favorites. Get the drink of the day. I like to get it pretty soon after boarding the ship, actually. I really enjoy the drinks of the day, and we make sure and get the souvenir cup on the first day because you can get those as refills throughout the cruise. You do pay for the refill, but it's a little bit cheaper, you know, maybe a couple of more ounces in it. It's also just fun to have that cup when you go home, and it is only available on the first day of the cruise. You can also bring the refillable cup back on future cruises. We like to get a new one every few years or so. Number 10, merchandise. If there's any merchandise that's really important to you, I would suggest getting that on the first day. They really do sell out of stuff. The shops will not be open until you leave port. They're not allowed to open while you're in port. So once you get out to sea, if there's something in particular that you wanted, I would do the shopping the first day. Also, that lets you enjoy the rest of the cruise because you know you've taken care of it. And number 11, order room service. This is something I forget to do sometimes, so I like to do it on the first day just so I remember. There are multiple things that we have tried on the first day. All hands on deck cheese platter is nice with a glass of wine while you're getting ready. Warm cookies and milk is another one that we really like, and that's just a lot of fun to do at bedtime. And sometimes I just really love to get their salad delivered or a pot of coffee. We will also typically put out a hanger on the door to get coffee and fruit delivered in the morning. It's a great way to start the day. And the last tip that we have is a pro tip. Make sure you just enjoy the ship. Stay up late, walk around, see it empty. It's so nice. Maybe do a little funnel vision on deck. It's really nice to watch the movies out at sea. Through the years, we've found that this is what works best for us. What is most important to you? What do you do first when you get on board? Or if you haven't been on yet, what are you looking forward to doing first? Whatever you do, just make sure you have a wonderful time. Enjoy your family. If you haven't yet, please subscribe. Ring that little bell. It'll let you know as soon as we have any more information. And we'll see you real soon with some more DisNEEDS.